Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Al Cini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Our show today is A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. Our subject and our topic tonight, swipe, click, ghost. Are we trapped in transactional living? I'm Caroline HEWARD. I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be representing Dr. Jacqueline as your host for USA Global TV and Radio's flagship show, A Woman's Prerogative. I'm a TV presenter on this channel, and I'm also the resident therapist and a Talking Heads expert for USA Global TV and Radio. A very warm welcome to all of our loyal viewers and our friends at E360 TV. Hello to all of our friends on our usual social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. Dr. Jacqueline, our founder, who is the Chief Listening Officer and the Executive Producer of USA Global TV and Radio, was recently awarded a coveted YouTube Silver Creator Award. This recognizes that she has on this channel, and she has two channels, on this channel she has over 100,000 subscribers. We actually now have, I believe, at the latest figures, over 106,000 YouTube subscribers on this channel. We have a second channel, which we have over 35,000 subscribers. We also have 2 LinkedIn channels, 6 Facebook channels, 2 Instagram channels, TikTok and X and Amazon Prime. We are distributed by E360 TV, where we are today, Zizzle TV, where we are on Roku, Apple, and around 50 plus channels. Oh my, what an amazing achievement. I've been with the channel for 4 years and celebrated my 4th anniversary last week on 7/7. And I feel so proud to be part of this channel and the massive achievements Dr. Jacqueline has created. I've been part of the journey and it's inspirational. I'm awe-inspired, and I'm here 4 years later as a TV presenter. Never did I believe that that would be possible. Our channel today is nothing like it was when I first joined it, and it's down to the true leadership and inspirational vision of our true leader, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Many congratulations, Dr. Jacqueline, for everything that you are creating and everything that you are to create in the future. I am joined by a full-time panelist who is joining us all the way from Canada, Reverend Lydia Fujiris. She is a TV presenter in her own right. She has her own show, and I'm sure she will share a little bit more about that with you when she comes on air. She is an author, a bilingual self-help author. She is a registered nurse, holistic nurse. She is an intuitive and spiritual healer. She has invented Miracle Mist, which is patent pending, and she's an advocate for free rights. Please welcome Reverend Lydia Fujiris.
Thank you for having me.
Hello. Please do share a little bit about who you are and what you do. And most importantly, Reverend, please do share a little bit about the show, your pilot show that you ran on Wednesday last week. I'm sure our viewers will be very interested to hear.
Yes, my show is in French. I have started a French show, and it's called La Voix de la Guérison. It is very specific because voix, V-O-I-E, usually means the road. But at the same time, in French, V-O-I-X means also the voice of healing. So it is the road and the voice to healing because I use guided imagery and I use my voice to heal and to help. So to others that need healing, that need to understand their journey, I am there to help through listening. They talk to me and I listen and I help them by elevating the energy, the vibration that is needed for them to heal. So I do that with guided imagery. I do that with for healing, but I am an intuitive healer. I am a born healer. So I love what I do, and I also am a reverend naturally. And as a registered nurse, I was lucky enough to use all that I could do to help heal my clients, well, patients, because you have to be patient to be in a hospital. I do admit. So I loved my journey. I love my new show. It is amazing, and we are actually this week actually we have been watched by many, and we are very happy in Canada. The French-speaking population is starting to hear about it, and I'm quite proud. And I want to thank Dr. Jacqueline that gave me this wonderful opportunity to do that show because speaking French is necessary on the planet because many actually do only speak French. And the occasion that they have to have a French show is important. So with global USA Global TV and radio, now we can reach the French population in Europe and in Canada also and everywhere. So thank you very much for we can actually and also I have to tell you I now am a country manager for Canada. So if someone actually wants to either host a show for USA Global TV in English or French, or be a guest on USA Global TV, all they have to do is contact me. I will do everything to facilitate their journey to be with us because we are a great family. And with Dr. Jacqueline and the others, we are going to be extremely happy to have them. Everyone that has a message to share should actually join us and be with this great family that we have.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. Wow, lots of achievements. And I'm so proud of what you've achieved in such a very short space of time on being on the channel. And massive congratulations and heartfelt congratulations for demonstrating our pilot show in French as well, and being the French country partner. Wow. That's lots to be celebrating. And I feel that it's important to mark that occasion with what you have achieved. Thank you very much for being part of this expanding and momentous journey. It's such a pleasure. It really is. Thank you. And for me, I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert, and I help people bust their stress. How do I do that? I work with root cause therapy and chakra psychology, how the mind and body connects and what happens to the person physically, emotionally, mentally, behaviorally when there's an imbalance. And the imbalance is the symptom. Some people will say they're not stressed, but they're walking around with a permanent headache or a migraine or a physical ache and pain somewhere in their body, or they're complaining about a relationship, a friendship, a business situation, or they're angry, or they're feeling uncomfortable in a certain situation that keeps reoccurring, or they have a problem in their relationship in terms of their intimacy. That is where it's showing up. And I help people break through the pattern that's creating the repeating cycle of stress and how it manifests in their lives. I work with the person using chakra psychology and root cause therapy and exploring the blueprint in a very quick, easy process. I work as an energy healer, a chakra healer, and I use breath work amongst many other modalities of being a therapist. I'm also the resident therapist on the channel, and I do talks either online and face-to-face, and I'm also a speaker and an author. So that's it for me, and let's get into our topic. Swipe, click, ghost. Are we trapped in transactional living? This is a bold conversation, Reverend Lydia, and it cuts to the heart of how we connect and how we relate in today's fast-paced world. Living in an era where the attention spans are short, and they are. If we don't capture people's attention within 5 or 10 seconds, they're gone. And the younger generations, they are not sticking around. That's why TikTok is so successful in the younger generations, because it is a short span. Whereas the older generations, like ourselves, we rewatch videos probably 3 or 4 times to get what we need, but they only need 20 seconds or 15 seconds. And they can tell when it's a baby boomer or Generation X, because we keep replaying the 20-second video, but their attention spans are really short. And this is our growing generational population. Responses are automated. Relationships feel like quick trades, swipe left, click like, and ghost. Whether it's dating, friendships, business, networking, even how we relate to ourselves. Have we become more transactional than relational? We're now going to explore the dynamics between transactional and transformational living. What's driving this change? Is technology to blame, or deeper than that? And more importantly, what is it costing the emotionally and socially and spiritually in terms of ourselves? What is it costing? Let's unpack the swipe, the click, and the ghosting, and whether we can reclaim something more meaningful. What does transactional living, Reverend Lydia, mean to you? And where do you see it most in your life?
Well, I do see it a lot on the internet, really a lot on the internet, not really in my life because I have a low profile life, but on the internet, it is very difficult on the internet because you are actually explaining something to someone and then you realize that they're not even there anymore. So that is quite difficult when you actually take the time to answer someone and they ghost you. So that is very impolite to start with. And you have a lot of scammers also. When they realize that they cannot scam you, they ghost you. So that is the problem with transactions between people on the internet and in real life also. What happens is that when you just have one little altercation with someone, all of a sudden they ghost you and no explanation, no nothing, and then that is the end. They do not give a second chance. It is over. It is not like before when we used to explain and listen to their point of view, give our point of view, listen to their point of view. There was an exchange before. Now there's no more exchange because there is no more time for exchange. It's next. They press on the button, next, go. So that is what happens. There is no exchange between people. They just go from one person to the other. It has to go very fast. That is what happens. They really have to go fast. And we are left there and we just wonder what just happened sometimes. And it's the same thing between parents. It is the same thing between parents and children. Children do not listen to their parents anymore. Their parents try to explain, and the children just ghost them. They just go out the door, and it is over. That is the end of it. So we have to be very careful with this. I am very sorry. I am very sorry. It seems very important, but.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. I wholeheartedly agree with you. We have become very transactional as a society. And some of the things that I'd like to mention in terms of my personal experience of a transactional world is where supermarkets have the self-serve tills, and I've been into some supermarkets, some I shouldn't really say, some large branded supermarkets who have only got the self-serve and don't even have anybody to help you, and that feels like we've lost the center of that personal touch, and becoming much more technical, and we're losing our connection, I feel, with humanity, and we're speaking to a lot more robots and technical support. One of the things that makes me laugh is when I'm ever doing any forms and I'm filling online, and it has a question saying, this is to check if you're a robot. And it's the robot checking if I'm a robot. And so you have to tick or work out the puzzle. And I do think that it's taken it so far away from the fact that we are human beings, and you almost have to prove that you're a human being to a robot. I find that very, very amusing. And the other transaction that I've found in my life is the online retail and the online banking that we used to go into banks and we used to have a relationship with our bank manager. We used to be standing and waiting in line and having conversations with the bank people that were on the customer tills. And yet now it's not like that anymore. It's very operational and very transactional in terms of swipe, and most people have their banking on their phones. So we are actually out of time in terms of we are just ready to go into our break. But Reverend Lydia, when we come back from the break, I want to ask you your thoughts on, do you think technology like dating apps, gig work, and social media, do you think they fueled our transactional behavior? So come back and we will share our thoughts on the role of technology and how it has affected us. Over now to a very short commercial break.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
Hello and welcome back to A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. We are exploring the topic, swipe, click, ghost. Are we trapped in transactional living? I am joined by Reverend Lydia Fujiris, our full-time panelist all the way from Canada. Welcome back if you're here on the live or the replay. I left Reverend Lydia with a question and also for our viewers with a question. Do you think technology like dating apps, gig work, social media have fueled transactional behavior? What are your thoughts on this, Reverend Lydia?
Well, my thoughts are quite simple. Dating apps are quite difficult. I have many of my friends that have tried dating apps. They have met certain people, and it seemed that the dates were going well, and they were ghosted. So I do not really understand the concept, I have to admit. I do not understand the concept of meeting someone and being ghosted. So I just think it is strange that someone would go to the trouble of meeting someone and then be silent instead of saying, I think we are not made for one another. I think, or simply saying, I think you are interesting, but the thing is that we are not compatible. People are not honest enough to say things like that. Before, we were honest enough to say things the way they were without hurting. Nowadays, it is ghosting. And how many of my friends have been hurt by ghosting? And I will just give an example. This morning, actually, someone actually said hello to me, and they were explaining to me that they were members of the Illuminati. So, okay, that's a scam. We all know it is a scam. So I tell them, I am sorry, but I do not have time for scam right now. And maybe it would be nice if you would get real work instead of scamming. And the person answers me, no, I am not a scammer. I just answered, no scammer ever says they are a scammer. So I said, it does not start like that. I said, the conversation does not start like that. They do not say, I'm scamming you. So I just, I thought it was quite funny that the person was telling me that they were not scamming me. And it was hilarious. So I was just explaining to that person, please find work, honest work, and you know that what you are doing is wrong. So try to do something honest, even if it does not pay as much, try to do something honest. So I have to admit, I blocked them, but I had to explain to them what was going on before I blocked them, because I explained to them what they were doing to others before blocking them. So it's better to explain to someone why you are blocking them than to just block them. That is all. You have to actually have the guts to help them out of the situation and try to make an effort to make them think. So that is the way I act when I have to deal with scammers or things like that.
I'm smiling here because, yes, you're right. They're not going to say I am a scammer. But you can just tell by the voice. It's almost like an electronic voice, and they have a script, and you can just tell. The countless times that I've had somebody call me and tell me that my computer has a virus, and they've called up to sort it out, and I need to make a one-off payment. The funny thing is, I already have a Microsoft account, and Microsoft look after my tech for me, my IT. So that doesn't wash because Microsoft never call you. But it's so easy now to be the person that that comes in as a burglar almost, because when we were young, the burglar was in all black and a black balaclava and a swag bag, and he broke into your windows, your homes, through your door or your windows. So we kept all those locked. But now the burglar, he comes in through your phone and through your computer, and it's very different. It's a very different world in terms of being that transactional. And if you are in that transactional space, it is so easy to think that you're in a transaction that's real and make a bank transaction with somebody you think is genuine that's not genuine. And this is the challenge with transactional relationships versus personal relationships, where we know the person, know the company, and know how they work. Whereas when it's transactional, anybody can call you. I make a point of not buying anything if somebody calls me or calls round at the door, because we don't know and we don't have the relationship. And that's where they're relying on a transactional relationship versus a relationship with the person. So moving into personal relationships, has modern dating become more of a transaction than a connection? You know, the fact that I've not gone on a dating app because I just can't see myself on a dating app at all. But many people I've spoken to have told me wonderful stories about them meeting their partners and finding people that they've got married to online. I think I'm old-fashioned. I just can't do it. But you know, this conversation about the fact that, you know, I've seen on dramas and films where they're on their phone and they're just swiping one way or the other way. And I'm just thinking, how is that possible? We're making decisions based on the look. And when I see them on dramas and films, they're just swiping like within seconds. They're making up their mind whether that person is a good fit. And I find it very humorous. And is that really going on? Are people simply deciding on the fact of the look of the person in the picture? And has that made us more I don't know what the word is, but it's made us more unconventional, that we are now trading on looks, and that is transactional. What are your thoughts about this swipe left and swipe right? I don't know what the difference is, but one is that you like them and one is that you don't. You know, I'm not making a mockery, but from the perspective of making choice, I feel that it is very transactional. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I am one of the lucky persons that met my spouse online, and
Wow.
I was looking for someone for sports. It was something that had to do with sporting. So, and I ended up finding the love of my life, and we are living happily ever after. And everything had to do with sports at first. So it was nothing that had to do with dating. We just got along. That is all. So we were not looking for love at first sight. We were just talking about sports to start with. I love fishing. I love hunting. I love the wilderness. And that was how I met him, which is strange. But at the same time, my friends were having bad experiences. So I do think that we have to be very careful, really very careful. And I have to say that I am a blessed person to have found love like I did. I am a very blessed person. The divine source really worked in my favor. And I live in the country and I'm happy. And the thing is that where we are actually in our journey shows a lot about what we can accept. I'm a person that I am extremely patient. So, yes, people try to scam me, but I try to talk to them, explain to them what is going on, what they are doing to their energy field by scamming. So I might lose my time, but at the same time, I try to make people think about what they are doing by doing such a thing. And I try to actually bring them to think about what is honesty. So, where is their honesty? So, that in front of that computer, there is a real human. So, I try to make them understand that they are hurting people. They are really hurting people. They are robbing people of hundreds of thousands of dollars. They are really doing terrible scams. But at the same time, I know my success rate might not be that high. But even if I save one scammer from himself, I think it is worth it. So, and for the dating, I always tell my friends, you have to take a chance at life. Because if you do not ever take a chance, you will never, ever get anywhere. And life is for the brave. We have to be brave to live. It is that way. We have to be brave. And I can tell you that Sir Sean Connery said that the most difficult adventure ever invented was marriage. And I know it is true because when you get into marriage, you have to adapt. You have to make things work. You have to be patient and loving. So marriage is a very difficult journey sometimes, but it is worth it. But we have to give it a chance. I did not give it a chance for 15 years. So I was a scary cat, I have to admit. I had other plans for my life. I was too busy. But the thing is that everyone should give a chance to love because there is someone out there for you. And even if you have been hurt, it does not matter because if you fail, you get up again, and only the masters can get up over and over and over. And we're all masters in becoming. That is what I say. I say, do it, try again, believe, and you will get there.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. Some extremely wise words and very insightful insights in terms of what you've shared. And yes, I'm still to tread that hairy space of, I suppose I'm online and people are finding me and they're getting to know me through my shows if they're watching my shows. But I still haven't ventured into the online dating world. So I much prefer to meet people in the human flesh kind of way. But I did meet somebody that I was really, really into a number of months ago now, and we got on really, really well, and we landed up with a couple of hours of intense chat conversation and intense talking in a call, and then I found out something that didn't really sit well with me, and then I felt that I would work through it, that he ghosted me. And that was fascinating to experience, because everything was wonderful, but there was something that I found out about him that just did not agree with my values. And I mentioned it and I said why, and he ghosted me. And that was something that I thought, well, was that a good thing? Was that a bad thing? Or was that something that maybe next time, instead of spending 2 whole evenings chatting with somebody, that I will bring that question up front, rather than asking after a couple of evenings of online chat. And it's taught me a lesson in terms of sticking to my values and being open to hear other people's. And even though there was chemistry, I was still ghosted. Did I get away with something? Did I stop myself being hurt? I think that it's very sad, and at the same time, it was an experience that I wouldn't want to experience again. And if he is watching, I think that it's very sad that we had extraordinarily different opinions on a particular subject, and it drove a wedge and stopped a relationship. And that's where your values come in. And if you've crossed a value, if somebody's crossed one of your values, it can change the way that you respond. So are people more interested in what they can get rather than who somebody actually is? And I feel that from my perspective, what I've seen about transactional relationships is that it is about what can I get, rather than what it is about the person. And in that swipe left, swipe right, whichever is good or bad, what I am seeing in the exhibition of the behaviors is it's visual and only visual. Now, we're not all fantastic and good looking people, but I feel that that type of swipe left, swipe right is giving our humanity a feeling or perspective of we need to be a certain look, we need to have a certain height, a certain look in terms of our physique, our physiology, our body, our facial expression. What are your thoughts about, do you think that people are more interested in what they can get rather than who somebody actually is?
Yes, yes, you are right. You are right about that. People actually try to fend for themselves, so they try to get the most of another person. So there are people that are greedy, and you cannot change that. That is their nature. So you have to be courageous, because you will meet very greedy people, extremely selfish people, but that should not stop anyone from knowing that there are wonderful beings out there that are waiting to be with you. They are waiting to have a life with you, share a life with you. They are there to live a life of commitment, of happiness, where actually, what you can't do, they can, and what they can't do, you can. And as I always say, I'm a person that I pretty much can do everything as a woman, which is strange. I can do from mechanics to electricity, from everything. And it is not because I know how to do everything that my life partner lets me do it. Actually, he spares me from doing it. So there is someone out there for you and for someone else. There is always someone. And you have to remember that for every being, there is at least 10 people. 10 people that 3,000 matches around them. So you have to keep that in mind.
Well, thank you, Reverend Lydia. Some amazing insights. Thank you very much for your very important shares and your insights into this show. We are actually out of time. Can you believe that? It's such a big subject, and I'm sure that we'll come back to this topic and look at other aspects of swipe, click, ghost. Are we trapped in transactional living? It feels like we are, but let's explore this further on another show. Before we go, please, Reverend Lydia, share your details of how people can reach you.
People can reach me at 1-514-582-6882 in Canada. They can also reach me, on WhatsApp also. They can reach me at greatdivinemother@gmail.com. If they are interested in having a show on USA Global TV and radio in either English or French, they can join me. I will be extremely happy to direct them to Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. I also can be joined at my Facebook page, Lydia Fujiris, author, and on my LinkedIn, Lydia Guylaine Fugières. This is my second, I have two names. So I just do not use my second name. It is quite long. So that is the way people can join me. So thank you very much. And they can also buy my books at Amazon, on Amazon. My books, which are 111 Reflection for Thy Earth Odyssey, tomes 1 and 2, and tome 3 is coming out soon. It is now in English and French and Spanish version in 1 month. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. And for me, you can reach me on No More Stress at live.co.uk, or call if you're international +44. If you're local, 07523 120 189. You can follow me and connect and message me on LinkedIn or Facebook. Those are my two preferred platforms. Or you can even drop a message on the video on YouTube, and I will get that message. We have been exploring a really, really powerful topic, and I really felt very humiliated and honoured of what we have shared today in terms of the transactional way that relationships have moved. So when connection becomes currency, we all pay the price. And I say that wholeheartedly. Humiliation is something that happens when we forget to really connect with the person to the heart. It's all about listening beyond what they say and beyond what they offer, and cultivating depth in a world of rewards rather than the surface. Am I transacting or am I relating? Until next time, how can we create more space for authenticity in both my personal and professional life? Thank you for joining us for this heartfelt and timely conversation. Until next time, stay connected, stay present, and choose depth over deals. Please download our app, USA Global TV and Radio, and be part of the global family, bringing hope, education, and inspiration through storytelling. It's available on Amazon, Fire, Roku, Android, Apple TV, TikTok, X, and many more. I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time, which is British Summertime, 7 p.m, and Eastern Time, 2 p.m. A massive thank you for Reverend Lydia for being our amazing full-time panelist and for her insightful shares tonight, and also to the wonderful Dr. Jacqueline, who's been doing all the whizzy effects behind the scenes as our executive producer. Bye-bye for now, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Stay connected, stay present, and be empathetic with every conversation. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.